Alright, look. So here, we're working with you. We've already worked on the rectus abdominis muscles. You remember that, right? Next, you remember that we also work on the rib cage here. And we can also, if needed, rub and knead the intercostal muscles more deeply, right? So let's say we've dealt with the rib cage. It gets a bit more complicated when we start talking about the chest muscles. As you can see, our Nastia here has quite a full bust. It's not overly large, but the base covers almost everything completely. What should we do in this case, if we still need to work on it, while maintaining full respect for our client? First, as I already mentioned, we should start working on the muscles from their insertion points. One insertion point of the chest muscle is here, so we need to work on the shoulder, including the anterior bundle of the deltoid muscle. The chest muscle attaches right here. By the way, it's quite tense here, for some reason. That's what I'm saying. And here, look, this is roughly where the lower bundle is directed, all of this here. This is the area of the middle bundle. And here's the clavicle. You know, look, pull your arm up towards yourself like this. Pull, oh, you can see it. Here it is, you can see how far it goes. Not with too much force, just enough to show it. You can see the little bundle. And here it goes, starting from the clavicle and all the way to here, so you can see it covers about a third of the clavicle's length. Now look, you could clearly see where exactly the muscle's border is, right? We can actually work on this muscle right here. And this is exactly where you should do it. And it's very important to work on the sternoclavicular joint. Why? Here we also have, as you can see, a wide, powerful muscle band parked here, the so-called sternocleidomastoid. It's a very important muscle. It comes right here and can cause you a number of headaches. But right here, within this specific region at this highly complex power intersection, there is a very important and critical vascular junction deeply hidden away. Essentially, this is the key to all the nourishment of the face and head. That is, many veins branch off here, through which venous outflow occurs. That's why I often recommend to clear the nose, to warm up this area, right here. We relieve tension in this region, and as a result, this way the outflow from the cavities is freed, not just in these areas. So first, we start working right here, using a very gentle and combined movement. That is to say, we both rub the area and, where needed, we switch over to a kneading motion. Everything here is done very gently and constantly, paying attention to any tenderness. There, we've rubbed it, made sure it has become more mobile. And then we do the same thing along the sternum. So right here everywhere, we find the ribs, and here it's tender. How do I determine that it's tender? Here, Katya, put your hand here. Look. It goes in easily, right? And now here where I said it's tender. The tissue is just a bit denser here. Do you feel the difference? Well, try it yourself now. And find where the tissue is a bit denser, where it doesn't let you go as deep. Right here, yes? Or not yet? You see, the delicate and soft internal tissues are considerably more dense and compact. They do not allow you to penetrate them quite as easily. So once you've found the tender spot, you start working on it. Just like we did before, pull it and hold. Now we can gently rock it a little. It's a bit painful. Yes. Let's hold it. Oh, that's it. It released a little. Does that look okay now? Mm-hmm. And we carefully do this all the way along the whole line. So, as before, we don't touch the breast itself. We've dealt with the end. Now, to a certain significant extent, we really need to somehow carefully knead the pectoral muscle itself. And we must ensure that we do it effectively without ever crossing the boundary. What do? We press the edge of the muscle and make these kinds of movements. Here's what our pectoral muscle does, right? So we've stretched it, and here we're contracting it and also pressing it. See, I deliberately moved my fingers away a little. Here, we're stretching it this way. Can you see it? This is the clever way I knead it. So it's both being squeezed and stretched, mainly in this mass. And almost all of its mass moves here when we do this. Here only a thin part remains, well relative to the muscle itself. But here we've relaxed it, and here we've relaxed it too, right? There you go. And now we're pressing through the main bulk right here. Because when we do this, see, here's the mass of the muscle. And here it is, right here. The gland, as it was within this boundary, remains there. There you go. But we've pulled the muscle out here. And it's exactly here that we can and knead it like this, right? It's precisely in this way that you can see I'm kneading it, thanks to the movement of the hand. When I bring it here, it contracts. When I move it away, it stretches. And with this hand, on the contrary, I'm preventing it from stretching. Can you see? See, I'm holding it back. It's like I'm pulling it out from underneath, but I'm resisting it. So that's how you get this kind of kneading motion. Is that clear? That's a little trick. And at the same time, we're not touching the mammary gland at all, right? But we've kneaded the pectoral muscle, correct? There you go. Now then, where and how do we find the pectoralis minor muscle? The pectoralis minor muscle is located beneath the major one. And you can feel it right here on the edge. And it's very sensitive. We hit it right away. It's a really nasty burning kind of pain. That's from overexertion. But be careful with this area. Never try to use force here. Because the pain in the pectoralis minor is comparable only to the pain you feel when you touch an exposed dental nerve. In other words, the pain, it's very sharp, like an electric shock. And the pain is just unbearable, very sharp, very burning, like being stabbed with a knife for some people. That's why here, everything should be done as delicately as possible, especially with women who are really tense in this area. It's all very sensitive. They've worked hard and are tense here. By the way, almost all massage therapists are tense in this area because we lean in. And what is the function of this muscle? It attaches to the ribs and the scapular process, and it stabilizes the shoulder blade when we lean in and ergonomically push the client. Yes, yes. Oh, it eased up a little. This is one effective and practical way you can begin to work on it starting today.